Brad Peterson. I'm the project manager for PoepleMap at Horizons, and I am excited to talk to you today about APIs, BTP, and data visualization so that you can explore, discover, and interrogate your HR data. Now, when most people think of data visualization, they think of pie charts or bar graphs or trend lines, those sorts of things. But for us, it's visualized hierarchy. Why visualized hierarchy? Well, for two important reasons. First, everybody understands an org chart, whether you're a senior exec or an individual IC, even if the org chart is dynamic and includes other types of attribute data. And second, and this is perhaps most important, hierarchy is a natural scaffolding for all the data that you have in your system. So you have almost an infinite amount of data in your system of record, and all of that can be brought back to a user ID or a position ID. So if you're going to visualize the totality of your data, hierarchy is a natural place to look. And because of that, PoepleMap can undertake any number of use cases. And because it's an org chart, visual, point and click, it's very quick. So quick, in fact, that I'm going to go through all of these use cases here in just the next 3 minutes. All right, let's have a look. To launch the tool, you can do so from the SuccessFactors dashboard. Here we have it load up. We're looking at dynamic hierarchy here. And if you have more than one hierarchy, you can switch between those. We have all the different attributes we talked about before. Here we're looking at different layers in the organization. We can have a look at span of control, cross-cut span of control by another attribute. And here's the individual at the highest span of control. All right, DEI, let's have a look at gender. Here's gender, gender ratio. Again, we'll cross-cut by pay grade. So this is gender ratio by pay grade. And we can say, yeah, but let's just restrict that to best run US. Very easy to do through the addition of a filter. And of course, you can see all the results in the PoepleMap. We have a table, and you can export any query, either as a PDF or a CSV. Here we're looking at a PDF. Retirement forecasting. So we're looking at a numerical attribute age. We can filter through that. Again, we'll do a crosscut and we'll say, well, let's have a look at age by department. We can apply a filter. And here we can see which departments have a higher percentage, relative percentage of individuals. Business continuity. Let's select risk of loss, high in this case as an example, and we'll pair that with impact of loss, also high. We'll see that's 35 individuals, and we'll say, well, let's have a look at what divisions they're in. And here we can see most are in manufacturing, but there's one executive. We'll select him, and we can go through and have a look at that individual's people profile. All right, role-based permissions, often difficult to understand. There's so many different permutations, and here we can use PoepleMap to visualize the result. Let's go pick a role. And we can see all the individuals that have that role and whether they have it because they've inherited it as managers or not. And we can say, pick a logged in user and say, who can that logged in user target with that particular role? Sometimes very difficult to understand. And here, made easy through visualization. Position management, we can do the same. It's also a hierarchy, and we can select open positions. And we'll pair that with something else, for example, requisitions. So open requisitions, open position. And then we can say, let's have a look at the last time those requisitions were changed. We can also look at deltas. So here we'll look at deltas between pay grade on the position side and the person profile side. Very easy to see in the PoepleMap. Because we built PoepleMap as an extension, as intended by SAP, it's very lightweight. So installation takes less than a week. Access is governed entirely by your own RBP structure. There's no data stored anywhere outside your own system, and the cost is affordable. I just want to leave you with a couple quotes from one of our customers talking about the use of PoepleMap in meetings. It means they're no longer bogged down by post-meeting data commitments, and that they have access to data real time, which makes their meetings faster and sharper. They're able to uncover hidden risks and opportunities because of the visual nature of the tool that you don't find in static reports, and their data consumers become data explorers. All right, thank you very much.